they're not leaving to go make use of Nertz's clearance of that A bomb site. They're waiting for him to flank what is a fully reinforced B setup.
I don't actually hate it because it's like yes, you're going to run into a lot of numbers, but it's a known quantity that Nertz is going to find frags. First found, but he does need a bit more, and actually only one might not be the easiest of breathing room. I think you're right, Michael. Maybe they made a mistake here. Tezes finds 4 in seconds to rid us of our concerns. Straight into the closed. But they must mean they made a very late decision.
Or they were superseded in the invitations.
Correct? Yeah, you're probably right. I actually don't know if in the invitations a partner spot takes precedence over ESL World Ranking. I don't know. My assumption would be it does. But don't hold me to that. And
yeah, that's tournament admin's discretion.
They're ready to go. 2 in dark. 3 outside of main. Blame F has picked it off 2 times to come over, but he's already lost one of his teammates. Tezes absolutely plucks body from existence. Blink and you miss that take. They didn't stand a chance. A very underwhelming first gun round. Unless you're a Heroic fan, in which case you're reveling in how easy that was. This time. Well, Fnatic's thrown these canal take nades. It's only Afro trying to make use of them. Tezes.
Okay.
I'm not sure he was planning to play it like that.
Did Afro see him? Was he just on the edge of the smoke? That
He must. I think he saw a foot. I mean,
must have been.
you're not spamming that.
It was 2 on point. But they've just given up all the A side space. Sure, Util will drag them over, but they got an opening kill and they just give up A. And Nertz will happily take the space.
Flame's gone in mid. That's one of the earlier rotators, and now Crims has had to peel to help mid. So there's nobody near the A site proper. Kixen is another re-smoke. And thank God they found Shush.
This is another save. They don't have kits. And
I don't know what's going on in this game.
it is quite...
They got time. I mean, there's going to be 5 seconds. No, they don't have time.
Yeah, this is so perplexing. Again, it's another one of these lack of engagements. I mean, we get a kill through smoke, and then they get into the bomb site, and it does feel like the round just is given up like that. I don't understand the decision there from Fnatic to just give up everything. Oh my god, those kills from Nertz are disgusting.
And even that one was funky. They just haven't been in any others just yet. What is going on here? Tezes goes through the smoke. Body collects 2. And now with 2 points of contact to shoot at main, you'd have thought it's going well, but Body swings out to his detriment. Smoke just kind of re-blooms in time. Kixan is getting heavily tagged as to readjust his plant. It will indeed go down, and Kixan can just readjust there onto Glyphy.
Knowledge on 2 as well in deep CT, but they'll have to be conscious about the prospect of a flank. Dexter is that man that guards into B main. The Orb of Afro venturing further. And for now, no one looking for that flank. Crims executes on his kill, and it's Kixen fighting from jail that finds good timing. A following kill into main would certainly seal the round, and Blame F just like that. Sure, he gets the trade, but there is no time available. Even if he had picked up that kit, it is too far away. Heroic, skin of their teeth. They get 5. Ooh, it's the leg onto Tessus in that mid lurk. Nertz trying to aggress. The flash timing is beautiful, but able to turn in time was Crims. So it doesn't go as poorly as it looked lined up to be. Dexter. Oh, wow. Okay. Spots an elbow. Mattis was inside of the smoke waiting for the fade. And they know that Mattis is inside of Con. They're trying to force this fight, but with Shush losing that, Tessus on 18 HP, chances are next to none. First round after the timeout is Fnatic to get engaged on this defense. So mid-util once again for Heroic, but postured up for a B-side burst. They'll make use of the kicks in Mach 10, see if they can get some ground quickly. They've got nades pulled here on the Fnatic side. The flashes are good, and they will be able to run down Mattis. Back at the bomb site, though, in from Glyph. Body still just fighting for his life. The SMG building that space. The last bullet for Body gets himself a third kill in defense, and Crim's there on the rotate. Leaves it all on Nerds. Starman for Heroic just gunned down at the pillar. It is a masterful hold there from Body. Had to save their bacon on B.
Okay. Well, I think obviously didn't have the best start to this half, but they're kind of en route to make good. At least in a competitive scoreline. Oh my lord.
Oh,
okay.
Dear.
Maybe we should pay attention. That's also 2 rifles, actually, too. The bomb will get planted. Now, there is no body armor, which is, as we all know, when you're facing rifles, causes problems. But if you remove the AWP already... Oh, no. 1 Deagle, 4 Glocks, and a Fnatic. They're already saying no. There's only one word for that. Catastrophe.
I do not know what is happening on these holds. I mean, Body got that smoke down Con and then doubled up backside of B. Nothing to force him away from that connector fight. He dropped that smoke. Heroic walked right into it, and maybe he's expecting that to be a timing and a risk that Heroic weren't willing to take, but they had so little in their possession. But Heroic are just waltzing into areas, and it feels free in a lot of different ways.
Okay. Shush is felt. Tezis has a gap. Lurk smoke. Oh, playing between these mollies takes 1 tick. Nobody's actually looking right at him. Matty's obviously is completely exposed. Nertz in the meanwhile walks in A and plucks Crims. There is a lot going on both sides here. Keep an eye on the minimap to follow the lurker. And for now, Tezis is unchecked. His position only is going to come stronger. He just needs his teammates to hold for 10 seconds, and he's going to win this round.
Whatever they can do to stall. There's a fresh enough smoke down at camera that they threaten the boost, but the longer they look for this, the more likely it is that Tessus pulls off this backstab. They drop off that boost. First kill is free. The flash is beautiful, and Body's blinded. He gets blindsided all the same by that flank, and Blame F gunned down at Bricks the same. Heroic finding a cute solution. It's still 5-on-5, but it's hard to say that this is comfortable for Fnatic. They aggress into B main, and Shush has found one. Good news is there is a trade, and that's a lot of information to play off of, something that Fnatic have been absent of in prior rounds.
Only if you use it, they need to rotate. Afro, teammate Co need to buy time. The Molotov holds CT player itself, so we terrorist play for space for a moment. Kixan comes through the smoke. Afro. How does Kixan get the kill and not see Afro?
I don't think he actually came all the way through.
He sort of pre-fired the corner.
But Blame F will move into a position where he might be able to get eyes on that site, where Matt is playing more for position. Deep pick, AWP ready, and Blame F legged. Matt is able to slide out and get Kixan all the meanwhile, but a tap on that bomb, not a commitment to the plant itself. Matt is swung out with his knife, and Dexter will move to try and hold his AWP instead.
I can't overstate, how much I know he hasn't found any kills here, but he's applying so much pressure. He's hauling over information. Now that Nerds is this frag, they can now play off each other between mid and A and have some interplay.
It just feels as though Kixan is calling from a luxurious position where so much is working. It's about limit testing and see what won't. Dexter solo hunting out from B, but Kixan has found his kill through mid, and they have found access towards that A bomb site, but they don't have that bomb. You are right on point. Mattis encroaching from behind, and she'll see that he has the package, but as he relays that info, Tessus takes his head clear off. They are still hunting the Phantom, the after image of Kixon, but he is so damn fast. He is right behind you. Blame F gone, and he caught a whiff of body too. Kixon's just being elusive, a nuisance, never traded, no hope. He calls a masterclass on this T side. Heroic 9-3. Let's see if Fnatic can do anything to show themselves in the server. Lest it be another decision here for Heroic to just show dominance in the lower bracket.
A muted start for Fnatic, you might say. This time they've chosen the right side. Let's go. Antil's coming in. Shush is... how is he not dead? I can't believe it. His teammates are swinging straight through. There's a lot going on, but for the moment, a flurry of frags fall the way of Fnatic. All the Fs out here. Tezes comes back with 2. Nerds over the smoke.
What?
Makes it another. 4 kills in 4 seconds. It is a bar brawl. A cage fight as they trade blows. Crims, the only man that can save Fnatic's flushes in this one. No bueno, no connection. Who knows, man? I mean, I would say online Counter-Strike sometimes turns out strange results, but I think that tends to be for the elite level teams that are used to their LAN environments. These guys have played quite a lot of online CS. In wake of their recent changes and obviously ranking slipping for both of these teams. It'd be just like this game though, to win a force buy and flip it right back in that direction at the moment. Heroic are actually in such a terrible position. I think they should free stack a site with the guns.
I'm never willing to count them out. Tessis has got one, and Shush swings to bail him out of that position. Smoke down main, so hard to really back up. Body inside of Con, but he wins his fight. That flying Shush, not quite enough to finish off the job. Both players are low here for Fnatic, but Dexter is one and the same. They tuck tail and run to that A-bomb site in hopes that they can beat him there. And Dexter yet to move off of his mantle on B.
Of course, these force buy wins are so ruinous to the defense that this actually is Fnatic's best route back into this map, was to win this round.
Can be difficult to hone down. But they are probing, and they do find Tessus. Molotov forcing him into an awkward exchange. That B-bomb site will be ripe for the picking. It does seem like that will be the finish. Kixon is in behind them in connector, however. They have journeyed past the smoke and Con, and so Afro could gift a gun right over. Galil attained. Kixon is such a disturbance, and Nertz has found his kill in middle too. They've got a man advantage. Sure, bomb is being planted on this B bomb site, but they are armed and dangerous.
They were certainly saving outside of Kixon, I'm sure of it. Kixon has brought them into this round. 2 to find. Buddy up. SMG goes first. Matty's awkward exchange.
1 bullet. That's all he's got left, and he hits it! Nertz floored by the 1 tap of Mattis. He didn't have time to reload, but he didn't need it.
The player this man can be.
Well, you're not going to see it this round either. Didn't have an AWP, that's why. But he just gets destroyed by Mattis. And they're pushing forward into this B bomb site, and it is completely unguarded now. They have killed everyone in defense of it, and this should be an instant decision to save. No point trying to make up for lost territory and lost gunfights, but it'll be a long time to try and hold on to these guns. Armor at least and some util on these pistoling players. That forward play from Shush does net him that opening kill. That could work out as well out from Temple, but Afro is there to cover, and BlameF will not only get his kill camera, even venture as far as the Temple, very aggressively hounding down for what he thought were just pistols around the other side. That Deagle only needs 1. Tessus has his hands on an AK and has sectioned off this bomb site for Fnatic. Got a Molotov down, a smoke as well. They are playing isolated, but Fnatic have to be very wary. And they will be.
The only chance.
It It will just take a lot of muscle. And for them to also stop players like Nerds.
Body's tucked on the right-hand side. Nerds.
No flash.
Might not expect this. He's looking the wrong way. I think he's a dead man. Ezek is nearby, but trade is going to be very difficult. And, oh,
Wow.
that smoke... I wonder if that smoke was thrown before Nerds died, because that hasn't helped anyone.
Yeah, Tessus can do little to find a trade, and he is that sole defender now. But he hides himself at the pillar and hopes that they go unchecked, but they were ready for it. Matt is there to secure that round, and once again, it's a finish on B. Fnatic will bear the fruits of it. Crim's even hunting for these weapons so early, and he'll get both of them. Dexter ill-prepared for Crims to be so aggressive, so they get away with nothing.
Sort of defense.
Sorry, big mistake there for Blame. Didn't actually jump throw the smoke into connector like he was supposed to. It just left his hand. And
Life be hard these days, man. Life be hard.
Well, Dexter's found a kill on the AWP, and Nerds may have been funneled away from connector, but oh dear, it looked like a kill that should have had. Crim's overpowering and taking space over towards that A bomb site, but Tessus is there to plug the gap. Still 3-on-3, and Tessus has doubled up. Blame F a very, very late attempt to a trade. And so man advantage found here by Heroic. They are doubled up into this A bomb site, leaving Nert's sole defender on B.
I think he's done the right thing though, hasn't he? He's seeded the ground. Flying out. Matty's dispatched. Body comes off the plant and he's looking for an immediate trade, but didn't come. He's just allowing time now for these rotations. That noose is starting to envelop around him. And just pumps the brakes just in case. Body had pushed in towards dark. 30 seconds remaining.
Oh.
What? That kill is brutal. At range, beats out the AWP. Thank God Tez is having a round, because Body just put Fnatic within millimeters of winning this map.
It was 7 straight for Fnatic. Maybe there's still more to come. Crim's a lovely opener onto Shush. They wanted to double up aggro play. Dexter there with his rifle as well, but he also loses out on his fight. 2 swift entries towards A. And while Kixon will try and close up entrance, it's going to be difficult for Heroic to muster much in this round. That could be the start of something, though.
I think they already need to think about saving the guns. But they're still continuing to fight for the round. I can see the writings on the wall. And this was my fear, seeing the economic situation, is that yes, Fnatic, they lose a round. It's a tremendous back and forth in the previous, but at the end of the day, it was only 1 gun surviving for Heroic. See how their buy shakes out in the following round, but if this is the only thing they're pulling forwards, it's not going to be great, and even that's not a given, is it? Matty's is around. Body is not too far out either in mid.
Yeah, and Matty's gets both. 3 kills.
Not at all.
Oh my goodness. Aggro play. Dexter just thrown to the wolves, and Tessa's there to try and get trades back. Blamef does well to get a double there. Kixon is still hovering inside of middle, so if they try and take that space in hopes that that was all that Heroic offered up in that position, maybe have grabbed his hands on a gun, but Fnatic are once again grouping themselves up to try and close. Nerds does finish off onto Mattis, and Shush has converted the kill on Blame. Afro still plugging away on that AWP, however. But Kixon has an opportunity ahead of him. If he's able to get himself far enough into B main, yeah, he could catch Crims blissfully unaware. Plant still being committed to by Afro. Has that smoke down temple, knows that the flank is exposed, but he has not planted in a position where he can play from deep CT. He has to still commit to the site this way, or even from a temple line. Kixon doesn't have a kit. Very little to speak of in this round. Timing works for him, though, as he goes through that smoke, but Kixon didn't catch a glimpse.
Matty's Body leading the way. The extremities players for this team at the moment are doing so much work. And just one more round. Afro plucks Dexter. Nert's called upon, but with 35 HP. I dare say he's not long for this world.
Almost gets naded out of this round as well. Picks up that ult. Hopes to do better than what Dexter had, and he will hit his shot. Afro tried to escape. Tucked himself deep into that B-side corner. Bomb is outside of B, though, and Fnatic are starting to probe this A bomb site. Shush, it may just come down to timing. They don't clear it first, and so Maddie's dropped. Maybe a body that they couldn't actually afford to lose. Especially with that bomb being so separated. Blame in middle. And smoke on camera is fresh. I mean, he has to fight. Nerds has to try and hold this line and prevent this cross, but Blame slips through. Kicks be aware. Yes, he will. He catches that bomb out in the open, and it leaves Crims to his own devices. We go to overtime. Heroic do pull together the 2 gun rounds needed to push it this far. Re-aggression into connector. Nert's forced forward by that Molotov. He'll find Mattis, but Body will deal with him. But that should be a bit of an indicator, especially with all this util sailing out on A. They blow that smoke inside of main. Body ahead of the pack, but the first is clean from Shush, even while flashed. Dexter doesn't feel comfortable coming out from camera. And rotates are here for Heroic just before that plant goes down. Almost still yet to be recovered. Kickson is right next to Crims up inside of Heaven, and they were none the wiser. There's a team damage in and amidst it as well. So much chaos suddenly blooming on this bomb site, but Fnatic don't get that bomb down, and they lose everyone.
Second round to come. If any team can win 2 out of 3 CT rounds, they're in such a good spot in these overtimes. Kixan and Heather's committed flicking. Body makes it unbelievably uncomfortable. Shush is on location too, but how on earth do you get a good duel out of these positions? They're so penned in. Couple flags, though, stream their way. They make it work despite the awkwardness of this defense. And with Body on 12 HP, surely Dexter ends the job.
Oh, what? That nade bounced so far away from Body. I thought that was going to be his undoing. Sometimes you experience Rider's block at the wrong moment. What a spot for Nerds, and they were not caught by that whatsoever. Flash sailed over their heads, and while it caught Mattis' teammate, it didn't catch him himself. Doesn't feel like venturing that smoke. They are going to be sectioned. I mean, 2-2 split. Dexter doesn't have that deep line anymore towards Khan, but he will catch Crims as he swings out to Temple. Tessus as well, able to find his. But from a man advantage, now a man to the worse. And so much damage done onto Body. They will have enough space to actually get onto the side itself. Body throwing that bomb over. And with Afro equalizing the affair, this is still on for Fnatic.
I'm looking at these nades for Kixan. Surely they go on the plant, right?
He needs to actually
time.
secure that plant.
He missed his moment. He could have won the round, I think, with that Molotov. But now, 2v3 retake required. Dexter without the gun in hand. Too much to ask. Almost bizarrely, I think that should have been Heroic's easiest round of overtime, but they can't win it.
See if it's more of the same or whether the tone has changed now that there's greater belief. Oh, that scoreline is closer. Oh, what a decision. Round the con smoke, they get both. And it's Body and Mattis, these 2 heavy hitters for Fnatic that spring them that advantage.
Not done yet. Not done yet. Shush doesn't get the catch. That was the moment. Kixan is so low on HP. There's HG grenades on both of these CT players. I don't see it happening. It needs to be a pair of tremendous headshots, and it's not to be. What a way to start your CT campaign.
Good molly. allows access out of con. You can see just how quickly Body is scaling inside of the canals, and Mattis round the smoke. The scaling on the box is beautiful.
Where was this in regulation? Where was this absolute caution to the wind, cutthroat aggression, you know, accepting that we play slow standard rounds, we're probably going to lose. An important response, though, wasn't it, from Shush? Keep this round in contention. Oh my god.
Gotta be careful.
Oh,
I saw
the knees. Oh, yeah, he's seen it.
Will he hit it, though? Oh, dear. That was the bomb as well inside of the canals. He knew. He just couldn't do a damn thing to stop it.
Yeah, he was left eye, so a tad tricky. He's left his teammates so much to do now. And I can't believe Matty's... why'd you play out of...
Yeah.
Out of connector, play in with your teammate. Still, though, a lot to be done. Molly sections off Afro for the moment. 23 seconds. There is time to plant A if he can get out, and he cannot. Fnatic, another map point. I also think you can see the difference between these two Anubis games from Heroic is they're not getting afforded the same opportunities. The individuals cannot have the same effect.
This could be 3 rounds straight where they benefit off of double entries. At Heroic, last stand, it will be towards this B bomb site, and they get destroyed by nades and spam. Another one to finish off Tesses as well, and Kixin burned and taken down by the bullets of Body. 27 and 20 is the in-game leader of this Fnatic squad. A fantastic comeback from a 10-3 deficit.
They need him. They need him. It hasn't been Dex disqualifier yet.
Yeah. By comparison, Afro had a pretty monster performance on Anubis.
Setting the bar high. And what a time for Fnatic to be leading B. Actually pulling out just the wrong time, aren't they? The boost, though, retained. Blame F, Julie's in tow. Can somebody else take first contact? He fires a shot, shows himself, and gets cleared. That achieved very little, that boosted position. Matty's is ever so low. This hold has not panned out nearly as intended for Fnatic.
Yeah, Body even, I mean, did exactly what he needed to do. Took that first contact away and diverted attention, but he wanted more out of that boosted setup, that's for sure. Crims and Afro trying to approach differing positions. Crims does win his fight onto short, and up close to that window is Kixan, but I think they're prepping to double swing to short, and they'll do so just after they find that kill in window. It's Dexter that punches in 3 kills from this pistol round.
In some sense, it almost want to gamble that the first man doesn't check you.
I think there's also a world where, even though Body got that first kill, the first man that was out for Heroic could have also maybe seen Blame on death cam. I'm not sure. Would have been a difficult angle. That's a good kill for Blame. Nerds did his damage on the MP7 and the MP9. The jumping accuracy there really working for Blame out. Oh, that's really bad for Afro. Gotta jump into those apartments while there was action elsewhere.
Pull the plug. You know it's 2B.
Yeah.
Get out, Heroic. Leave it. And Dexter dies on the fadeaway. What an awkward round this has been for Heroic. What is the next move? Bomb is being scooted out of apartments. Tezes has A control, but he's terrified, isn't he? He's terrified of taking too much space himself. He wants to wait for Shush and his high HP. It's allowed so much time for Blame F to reposition. It's a matter of timing. Who catches who? Surely it's Blame F. Behind triple. He does.
Oh my goodness. 4 kills from Blame F on this MP9. And he's being very loud about his retreat from that A-bomb site. Shush should have a kill punched in. Molotov down. He doesn't want to take that fight head on. And so he'll try and play for the 1 versus 2. triple plant, and they'll see him cross to default, but it's all about keeping tabs on his position. Don't let him escape without knowing where he's headed. The flash actually contacting with Blamaf, but he's got his hands on a FAMAS, and Shush has to just try and isolate these players. They shouldn't have a kit, but it's not something that he can also bank on. He knows that they forced into this, and they'll line up, they'll get and guarantee the trade. Fnatic able to space themselves out and topple what starts as a pistol round win for Heroic that Fnatic swiftly snatch back.
I'll make it even more difficult. Afro, though, repositions at just the right time by the looks of it. Tez's caught in mid. That's the lone lurker. And now the contact play begins. There's no other option, is there? They've got to get as far up as they can without showing face. Kick will be up soon, though. Flash over the top. Body swings from under balcony. 2 quick kills for Shush. The bomb does actually get planted, so that in essence is already a bit of a win, but claiming the round might be beyond them. Kickstand surely gets swarmed. These first two are very low HP. Crims needs to get way up connector to join his teammates in the fray. Kickstand collects 2, and this is on. Just Crims to find. What a round this would be for the in-game leader. Had huge moments today, but we need one more. Head collected. Kickstand wins. Heroic back at it. T-side, you can call around. Yeah. And just sort of roll with it. CT side, you've got to make adjustments on the fly. We'll find out that's a factor later on. Now it's the anti-eco. Saved upgraded pistol for Matty's on Afro, but that they shouldn't be factors given the positioning. Just get rid of the bomb, guys. Let's not have the bomb out in the open. I'm a little bit nervous. The bomb is felled. Nothing more going.
Crisis averted. We're fine. I'm not sure Kickstand should be using the MP7. I know that's a Nert's specialty. Didn't seem like Kickstand had the same control that I've seen Nert's display. What could have been a disaster ends up being more security for Heroic now that they have significant numbers.
Quick update on our concurrent game. Eternal Fire are 4 rounds from Rio. They're up 9-3 at the half, having a 9-round T-side on Anubis. I mean, we have learned over today that it's not a done deal, but at some point, the huge comebacks will cease to exist.
Yeah. And they've played damn good in these close qualifiers. Oh,
it's real scary for these teams. If Falcons lose that series, I wouldn't be pleased about a matchup against Falcons to go for Rio.
Not sure how much more pleased you'd be with a Eternal Fire game, but
yeah. Hell,
Afro will be super pleased with the way that he's called this save. I mean, started off as a scout, got 3 more kills on top of that. You know, that was a 1 versus 4 where I'm sure he wasn't going for the round, but that's a lot more damage than Heroic had really any business giving over. It's exactly what's on the docket. They're set up for an A execute. They will want to lean into this burst as heavily as possible. Hickson will be the one that leads the way. Smoke down for Body, but he has very little support on the site itself. Body is trapped towards the top side of the balcony, but he gets his kill even while Flash, and he gets away with another as well. After dropping into Sandwich with the ult, it's Nerds that doubles up, but they are a man to the worse. Full execute was down, but they have not actually gained ground on the bomb site itself.
We had that discussion yesterday of when you should leave a teammate out to dry and just play the long game. Afro didn't hear that conversation. He was straight in. Fortunately for him, his teammates are doing work. Bomb is failed. I'm not sure the CTs could see that because it's just below the steps, but a supportive util might have been a factor as well. But he was in trouble. He was in trouble. But blunted that offense a great deal. Heavy mid stance. Straight up onto Catwalk. With Matty's. Lamef is zooming his way up mid. And he is running into his own demise. Dexter capitalizes.
Oh my
Body has traded places with Tezes.
And neither know.
Oh, he heard the final play with the bomb, I think, as well.
This gets weird. Afro's dead, and so the reaction will be knife drawn, and Body will be completely uncleared, but he needed that kill, and he needed it quick. He still gets his double after fumbling the initial spray.
You're just thinking this is part of the game at this point.
Yeah. Or maybe he has that veteran. He took this time to give them a lesson. They are still far, far away from any chance of making it to Rio. The Fnatic are at least a little closer. Afro, a nice opener in this round. A full investment and him getting his hands back on that big green. Already paying off. It's a nice forward position here from Crims as well. Very controlling. But something that should go cleared. I don't know how convincing, or how convinced they'll be that Crims will be in a position like this. Yeah, it's a bit of a haphazard clear, but Kixon will at least trade. And that carves a path out towards this B bomb site. Mattis isn't even really fighting for it. Just throws that smoke and starts to redivert, hoping to try and play numbers. But Shush is really rotating quite late away from that A bomb site, and it does come down to how prepared he is for this underpass aggression. Mattis, a lovely set of shots, and it does mean that there's very little safe haven for Heroic. Nice quick one from Afro. Dexter back to the site, and Afro won't miss a beat. 3 after he gets his hands back on this ult.
Playing for scope as they go into second half. I think I need a few more rounds than this. Check out Play Meth. He is absolutely speeding his way through underpass. To play a second Delpa, and that's Nerds. Could cause problems, but he doesn't peak in time. Matties, though, doesn't expect the player to be wide.
If Crims pushes his way out of the B apartments, he's likely to be taken down by this AWPer. He holds stalwart, especially with Nerds being found on that mid lurk. It just tees up Crims to find greater success. He was one corner another round, and this time he's gone the other direction, and he's just trying to buy as much time as possible. A Molotov that will force his hand, but he does great damage before he's felled. There's a second lurk that they need to be aware of, but how could they anticipate Kixon inside of jungle so wide? Afro's gunned down before he can even think about making it to B. Oh, I think Dexter was just narrowly spotted, and he wides to the apartments. Good check. Oh, it's kind of the only way back into the round for Fnatic if Body got something done on that flank.
Been a brutal half of Counter-Strike, but Heroic are making this work. Seven now. See how the money shakes out for Fnatic. It might not be enough for another investment. It's borderline, isn't it? I think they'll have to half buy. So a little bit of a switch up.
It's a good move. Set up for Body to peer in through the bottom side of ramp, and he catches Shush, who tried to play it using the angle to his advantage, but that flash went overhead, and it was never going to catch Body. So some aggressive actions from Fnatic on this defense that have netted them advantages now in back-to-back rounds. And they're going to crunch mid. Oh, this is a great call. A fantastic decision. Once again, just getting a kill and evacuating. They got what they wanted. Heroic are still trying to compose themselves about how they approach the rest of this round, and they're getting picked apart. Counter kill via Testis in middle does make you a little worried. And Afro the miss, that's not grand. Kixon's doubled up. That's the spray down onto those two short side players, and it carves this path wide open towards the B bomb site. They're going to take that and run with it. But it's damage exchanged through the smoke down to 2-on-2 before that bomb is down.
Okay, let's focus up. So Tezes versus Smoke. Body comes in front of it, and Tezes wins. Crims was not close enough for an immediate trade, and he is wary about playing the same game. He'll lose a lot of time. He'll work around the smoke. Eats a nade. So awkward. So awkward. But now the gig is up. Tries to come out, but there's a player all the way up on short. Crims finds the first. But this is impossible. Dex has got this one every day of the week. Indeed, he does. 8 rounds for Heroic. A strong T-side performance as they look to salvage this series. Can they get it done? No, sir. And it's only Kixan. Only Kixan on this side. Flames on the feet of Body. Looks divine, angelical as he flies through the air. An important entry for Fnatic. That bomb gets planted. They can choose their after plants. This looks good.
So did the Anubis pistol on their T side, and then it all went up in smoke in a moment's notice. They'll hope to avoid that same path taken into this retake. Tessis probing with those dualies, and there is a quick 1-for-1 in at the market door, but they don't have kits, and they are bleeding a lot of time. Mattis finding more frags, and BlameF as well as security. Once again, lining up those trades. Fnatic this time will get that pistol advantage, get the plant, and retain all of it.
Just what they needed. Just what the doctor ordered. Have you ever seen anything like this? They ecoed to buy this round.
Yeah.
And they've half bought on MP9s rather than going for M4 and low nades. It is a very unorthodox move. And not one I don't think I've ever seen it before. And I've watched a lot of Counter-Strike.
Well, they still just work out. Body's very low HP. These MP9s can certainly finish off the job. BlameF tagged the same, and they do finish off onto Afro. These players are not healthy. And it's not like BlameF will have the safest journey to link up, but Body does find that kill onto Nerds. Just, do they read this flank? I mean, all it takes is a shot in the back, and it's just done just like that. A double from Shush on that flank. The MP9 buy after the save from Heroic just topples the guns of Fnatic.
It wouldn't have been a great buy, but if you get a couple kills, then it's kind of okay.
Oh, well, that is not how you wanted your rifles to start. Nerds gets killed through smoke, and the good news is at least Kixan got aggressive enough off short to find something back.
See if Crims can get a duel. He's got teammates coming in behind him. Well, Kixan does find one, and there's an early warning system for Dexter to reposition. Heathers collects another in the meanwhile, and this round has worked. It looks good. Afro has a lot of work to do. Baying these CTs to overface, but it doesn't come. 10 for Heroic. No, they built a new...
Aren't you?
I don't know. They have a new one in the UK.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, I don't often care where they play from, just that they play good. And this Fnatic has a lot of promise. And there's maybe even more to get out of this round as well. BlameF has found 2 kills on the D. Could be a timing here for Afro. Oh god, that's a lot of damage. He actually won that opening exchange. And Blame has found another. They're so low.
Shot.
They are both within an inch of their life.
Is there a rifle anywhere you can scoop 2? Or is
Triple.
Yeah, the cross might not be the easiest. Where's this bomb? Is it on default?
I think it's literally on the top of default, like on the missiles.
It's got it.
Okay.
This would be an ace. This would be incredible.
It'd have to be
Heroic
magic.
start to move. Clearing their angles. Buddied up for the moment. Dexter goes wide. Does he check sandwich? Yes, he does. Shadow spotted, but doesn't make a difference.
Right back into the swing of things. Fnatic will be biting at the heels of this Heroic lead. It's a lot of ifs and buts, and no absolutes. BlameF taken down at the very start. just tried to get some middle control. They used 3 smokes on that mid control venture, but they still have to clear out this bomb site itself. Shush, a kill. Dexter will also work in tandem.
I'm not even sure how you get a plant.
Well, Heroic are offering enough space that they could, if they were feeling bold enough to do it with that smoke up, but they even just blow the smoke on Heroic. Meaning now it is almost an impossibility. Nerds will swing from the stairs, and Heroic will have 6 opportunities to close this map and force us into Dust 2. Far less labored. Wow. Okay, Shush was not prepared for that duel, but he gathers his second burst. Fnatic wanted to pick up the pace on this A bomb site, and they will have the chance to deploy some util, but all of that util is actually, sorry, on Blame F on that B bomb site instead. He is completely separate and devoid of the actual hit. Good kill for Mattis, giving a chance for Blame to actually activate on this lurk, but I don't know how long Mattis will be able to stay alive.
Third hole is breached. That's the good news. But he's lost his teammate. Kicks could end the job here. Unchecked. 13-6. Heroic strike right back. Honestly, a dominant performance. As soon as the economy swung in their direction on that first half, they were off to the races, and obviously second half looking pretty good as well. So, what more is there to say? Heroic have played one bad half in this series.
Could be quite a close showing, we'll have to see. Heroic starting CT in this final map to maintain their road to Rio. But a smoke out into this B bomb site. Shush will take that first contact. The flashes are good though, blinding up Shush on that long range angle, and both of them hit the deck. In fact, the flank that Dexter wanted to accomplish also just completely ruined. Is a clean exec from Fnatic.
I think Heroic had the safeties on their guns, the way this round has gone so far. No resistance. Oh, Fnatic. What a statement to get us going here on Dust 2. And this will be a zinger of a map. Falcons beckons. That'll be tomorrow. 3:30 Central Europe in the afternoon. Winner of this will play Soaring Bird for a spot in Brazil. Eternal Fire already booking their spot earlier this evening. So even for the winner here, the work is not yet done, but give an arm and a leg for at least the opportunity.
An interesting deep dive that may have to be done at some point.
Again, they haven't played much Counter-Strike, so we're not sure. Afro just swings short. Afro swings short into 3 players and finds 2. Flash maybe playing a pivotal part. We weren't on board, so can't speak to the strength for that one, but Heroic not in a good position. Tezes is really up for a fight. Here he backs himself off short. Mattis collects another. That's Nerds in mid. This round surely is done. There's so much work to do to get back onto this site.
Yeah, Tezes has to be gifted a kill as he comes back in, and as he dies on short, that will be the round, and the chances of coming back into it completely gone. Just snap decisions. Get that double kill on Afro, and they just target that A bomb site. They're 2 defenders light on the defense.
Right. So, I mean, the damage is pretty tremendous from Shush. Next round will be a half buy for Heroic. With those frags, if they can find a couple more in the following, they do keep.
Before he took his hiatus and coming back into the circuit. Still yet to see him show that same level, and with this scout that he's brought into the round, he does find the head of Afro. That was an ult the other side of the duel.
Devil. And he's coming. He's coming for the damned. Is Dexter. What is the next move for Heroic? Infamously hard map to rotate is the CD side of Dust 2, so those B players can't really cross. Perhaps could consider some tunnels aggression. This M4 gets scooped. It's suddenly looking like a much more dangerous investment, isn't it? Quite a lot in play, and peeling off B. They're going to fight mid. 2 for Nerds. Body tagged up. Crims is way out. He's super late to the party here in these tunnels. But does catch Nerds on the retreat. Still, though, jeopardy in this round when maybe it should have been much less than this.
Oh, but Crims gets tagged fighting from the window. He tried to just buy more time so that Body could link up with him on the site, but neither of them are healthy. Good kill from Body at the flash, and Crims able to provide security over the plant.
Well, at least nades-wise, there won't be a lot to resist them.
Nerds does still have that smoke, and with 25 seconds, if he cuts off one of these entrances on the mid to B that they have split and they have set up, it becomes a lot more problematic. Shush gunning everyone down in the tunnels, and that's the bomb dropped inside of them as well. So even if they wanted to link up on this second prong of the assault, they're smoked off, too far detached, and they didn't leave a lot of time on that clock for anything to go wrong, especially not for Shush to get all 3 from back plat.
Somewhat close eco rounds as well from Heroic are going to pay some dividends. Look at the buy. It is ugly, to put it mildly, and Mattis finds a double Galil headshot. Insanity.
Buy may be ugly, but the shooting certainly isn't.
I know. I've got my beer goggles on. I'm all for it. Let's go.
Well, they will mantle back into this A bomb site. They are that extra man down. Mattis currently has no main rifle. Give it to a healthier player. And Nerds, great angle to catch them, just trying to fully flush out and clear car. Mattis caught on the cross as well. He didn't have a lot of health to give, and Dexter revealing his ult from the site. He'll get to himself. So even though they were that one man down, especially when it comes to fighting players in it longer, if it happens to be him over in the tunnels, holding in through mid. The nade is great from Tessus. There's a lot of damage out long, even with him going traded. Mattis is walking wounded.
Broke have a lot of space. Fnatic start to reroute for mid. Kixan shows himself, but I almost wonder if this brings Nurse into play. Oh my lord. That is not a fight Blame F ever should have won. Shush makes his move.
Oh my.
To at least secure a trade. Does find it, but does get picked on the fullback. No, sir. And this round teeters on the pendulum. It's swung back now towards Heroic because Shush just got some critical information. Kixan takes space in mid. Afro's outside long. I don't know what's going on.
I think Dexter has wagered the wrong direction. After he throws that smoke, he doesn't offer up a whole lot here. Kixan has all of mid covered off. And all Dexter has in security is to watch that long cross.
Why doesn't Kixan hold the long cross? I mean... Oh, Dexter's holding sight. It does work out in the end. I'd be a little bit confused. They knew what they were doing. It's going to be a 2-on-1 for Heroic.
A smoke. He needed that. He needed that smoke to cross because Dexter still held that line. This round is still on. Body, he switched out to that M4, but he has a 1-on-2 on his hands. Flash is out from short. And a Molotov as well. It's a lot of util for one man to throw, so suspecting both. It's spotted. They know he's on that ramp. You know he's rearing for a fight. The Molotov forcing him forward. He's down to 1 HP, and Dexter will finish him off. Should be able to get his hands back on an AWP all the same. And Shush should slide in for the defuse. Yeah, just getting some distance.
Matty's here in mid, at least. Feigning that somebody could have crossed towards Xbox. But it will be a B round in the end. Second bite of the apple, and Body is out. Kilometers ahead of a teammate.
With the bomb, too.
I mean, what the hell do you do now? It's over.
Couldn't have been a worse player to find. Yeah, and that hero AK floored by Kickson on short. Crims will get his hands on a rifle at the very least, but yeah, this round was never on. Not with that bomb being so separated.
Starting to look pretty good for now for Heroic, isn't it? Arnie's good. Dex is hitting.
And the rest of the team are not exactly disappearing on him either. Still maintaining eyes on short. Tests this forward position on long as well. And they won't flash to clear this. They will try and face check it. Crims doesn't even look the right direction, but let's body trade. Maybe a little trigger discipline could have gone a long way there for Tessus, but Kickson out of the car. Dexter swinging out from CT as well, so even if Kickson missed that first kill, Dexter had him covered. But BlameF has found that kill through mid. It's just about recovering that bomb out at long, and that's looking like it.
There's no hope. No chances. The wheels are starting to fall off this Fnatic train. Weren't they up to 4 rounds pretty fast?
But you would think final map to continue your road to Intel Extreme Masters Rio, you would actually be using those timeouts where you feel the game slipping. It's a nice kill from
Dexter the rest of the series.
Yeah.
So much more assertive here on Dust 2. Let's see. He's actually going to reposition off long. He's here just in time to post up on mid. And Afro's ready and waiting. They knew Dexter was not holding that position. And look at this, the contact play through mid.
Oh my god.
But do they have time? They do have time to go A, but they need to read this.
Oh god. It is.
God, that was ugly.
Yeah, they were headed on a collision course to the last 2 remaining heroic defenders. And had they not killed them quick, have to start deploying that soon if they're hesitant about heroic still holding on to Molotovs, because they've not got a lot of wiggle room on that clock. Oh, that nade does so much damage. Kickson is perfectly timed. They jump into CT and they lose 2 initially. Even getting up through short is a difficulty. 35 seconds for the remaining Fnatic members to pull this one together. Kickson finally dealt with, but there's another where that came from. And the nade on the rotate from Nerds. Catches body. It's Afro to try and clutch back. A flick that goes amiss. That bomb is still too far away, and Shush will seal it. A 7-5 advantage here on the final map. Let's see how things go in the second half after the break. Mid-B smoke, a flash. Body will turn his attention in CT, so Mattis has to hold this line, but it's a quick back and forth. They're going to actually isolate Body, and now they're down onto that CT ramp with Mattis down. It does come down to long retention, but they can get that plant safely, and Dexter can re-link up back short, courtesy the boxes that let him quick boost.
Time's in Heroic's favor. HP bars are not. So let's keep tabs on those. Fnatic need to go. It is a good plant for short. And Kixan is in a very important position here with Gandalf. He is cleared though. Where's the trade from short? Too late. Too late. They've handed this round to Fnatic surely at this point. Shush has so much to do. He almost killed Crims. That would have been unbelievable.
He actually hit the headshot, yeah, and they didn't have kits, so if Crims died on that defuse, the round was done. They'll try and make use of just the one flash. They're trying to cross with distance. Nerds walking through the smoke, and it's a little slow for the reaction. Flame does get the better end of the duel. A couple of shots that will take the attention of Crims as well as Mattis on this side. They are approaching that ramp.
Is this T-side going? I mean, they're just sort of giving up.
Yeah,
they're respecting the smoke. They need to disrespect the smokes and just go for it. This is no man's land.
Well, it's because Kickson was cooking up something inside of CT, but BlameF is not running straight through this smoke. Oh my goodness. Well, Kickson, this should be a free kill, but action is still happening towards this B bomb site, and Kickson gets the double, and so Dexter's gonna try to reroute back over towards A. He should be able to do it as well. Crims won't be in time. They're there in time to cut them off, but he could have done damage as they went up the ramp. I just don't know if he's gonna be able to scale up into the site in time. He gets the plant. Oh my goodness. I thought Kixen had overcooked, but he gets those 2 kills through spawn, and the round is on. Crims is not healthy for this retake either.
That plant would not have happened without the change. How are Fnatic in this position? The round was on a platter, unlosable on the defense. BlameF butts head with his adversary, doesn't see him. 2 fast kills in CT. Nertz has space. He's creeping. Crims. The lone B defender, Matties is gone. And they're choosing the right direction, aren't they? Even if Crims can find a couple. He will not anyway, but that was all too easy. Plenty of players alive too. Money should be good here for Heroic. And this force buy has achieved zilch for the defense.
Want to see Afro get active. We can put all our attention onto Dexter, but Afro has been the better AWPer this series. It's a shame for all these different elements here for Fnatic to just go missing here on the final map. Tessis, 1-for-1. Body does get a trade at the very least. But they are gambling more for these extremities. Fighting more for long in the double push into the upper tunnels for Fnatic. Mid B smoke though may pull and separate these players in those tunnels. They'll continue their adventure together. There is a crunch that Heroic have to beat on timing. They have to get into this site and set up into after plants before the flank on short can happen. And that Molotov will do very well to stall for time. Mattis going ahead of it. Nertz will gun the first, and Crims does trade, so they know their backs are vulnerable. Shush is 3 HP, and there is nowhere to hide if you're Heroic. You have to fight your way out of this. No safe havens. Smoke's down, and they are trading good, but Afro just gets completely obliterated, and Crims will answer back, but Kixen fighting out in the open. It's just a slaughter of trades back and forth. This would be a miracle for Fnatic to win this round. Half investment. Body is somewhat having to face check long. He's got this flash primed, and with that smoke on the long cross, Body gets his gun drawn, but he won't make use of that flash whatsoever. Shush, immediate entry, blame through the smoke. Does backstab, so it's still a 3-on-3. Trying to stall for time as well is Kixan. Doesn't want to transit with that bomb. Crims a real chance on that Deeg, but even though Tessis was not aware, he was still mobile. Tough shot to hit. Mattis trying to creep forward, and they may have gotten a little close. It may have gotten a little hairy.
Brings Dexter into play, and they've allotted themselves so many chances. Tez is going to run with a Mac 10. You can just buy an AK, brother. Oh, that is not a good start, is it? Dexter saved his best for last here in this qualifier. Where has this man been for the last 2 days? He is proving a point here on Dust 2. Fnatic from a deficit now. See defeat rearing its ugly head. What can they do to avert it?
Ooh, okay. I got scared there for a moment. Nertz just had knife drawn. I think his mouse might be having... Oh, no. It is really deliberating. Push, upper tunnels, Kixan, a 1-for-1. But they were already at a man advantage, so... Still not good news here for Fnatic. Body, though, goes uncleared out at long. Shush as well won't clear up close. It's BlameF that has the whole round at the palm of his hands. He sees the bomb, but they go out and check it, and the flash almost catching BlameF. That could have been disastrous. That was the way back into the round, and BlameF has delivered. It's Tessis on this interesting Mac 10, given he has 12.5k. Ooh, wow. The jump across there from Crims. He's punished for that action. Down to 8 HP. He's trying to set up for an easier frag for his CT AWPer, but there's action happening all over towards long. Body does get himself close to the blue bin, and they are none the wiser. They don't even consider it. It was knife drawn there from Shush, but Body doesn't get away with more than just that one. A blame AWP. Not seeing too much of it. Hoping it's the right choice. Oh my goodness, that smoke is awkward. Dexter sees, and Blame knows not to hang around in a car. Would have been mollied out, would have been forced to fight Dexter. Still a very late lurk from Tessus. I mean, he's holding through suicide, and oh, I thought he'd catch the timing. Matthews was starting to mantle into short. But sure, these guys are walking wounded, but they have a man up. I should know it's an A-side attack. Crims has taken over the tunnels. Oops, are here. Bad time to pull a molly. Afro gave up his angle. A chance there for Dexter as well. Afro is ill-prepared. Nade up, but Kixon's found the entry, and Afro has to be pinpoint precise. He loses Matties as support, and Nert's there. It's Crims on that 8 HP, and then he started this round with journeying into the B bomb site to try and keep Fnatic in this. But Heroic have every advantage. They just need that plant, and they will punch it in.
Crims has won some impossible clutches in his career. And he'll have to add another to make this possible. Can't find Dexter. It is Heroic. A very clean performance. Very well deserved. They played their best map of Counter-Strike in this qualifier in this game of Dust 2.